Advanced word processing features. Although most word processing users tend to learn and use primarily the basic word processing features, numerous more advanced features are available in most word processors to make word processing much easier to complete in less time. Let us discuss some of the more common advanced word processing features and functions. Styles. Styles are user created formatting commands that allow greater control over repetitive formatting structures within a document. For example, using a style for each type of heading in a report will ensure consistent formatting of the headings and will eliminate the need for a user to manually format each heading as it is created. Macros and merging. Macros are stored keystrokes or sets of editing and formatting commands that can be replayed whenever needed. Macros can boost productivity and take much of the tedium out of repetitive word processing tasks. Merging is the process of using lists of such information as names, addresses, phone numbers, product descriptions or model numbers and so on to fill in designated fields or blanks in documents to create mass mailings, address labels, directories and catalogs. Version control. Version control features allow a user to track the various stages of editing that a document may pass through, including versions created by multiple users involved in the creation and editing of a document. Related features such as the ability to track changes made in a document enable multiple users to review suggested document changes and to accept or reject proposed changes. Automatic references and indexes. Documents that include tables of contents, cross references, indexes, footnotes, endnotes and captions will benefit from the capability of a word processor to automatically generate and format these items. Desktop publishing capabilities. Professional looking documents such as newsletters, advertisements, annual reports, brochures and business cards can be designed with most modern word processing software. Graphical images from clip art collections, digital photographs and scanned images and drawings created with graphics programs can be integrated easily into word processing documents. Pages and paragraphs can be enclosed with decorative borders. Background images and colors can be added to pages within a document. Graphical elements such as lines, boxes, arrows and artistic textual headings can be created quickly and easily within most word processing programs. Although word processors are generally not as sophisticated as desktop publishing software or page layout programs in their capabilities for setting type and for working with graphical elements, they can be used to create attractive, professional looking documents that go beyond the basic layout and formatting of letters, memos and reports. Using a word processing program to create designed documents is often preferable to using high end desktop publishing program. However, because word processing users are not required to become proficient in using another program and because documents within an organization or department are created and maintained using the same application. Transforming objects. You can transform graphic objects as well as groups, text blocks and instances by using the modify and transform options in the application program. Depending on the type of element you select, you can transform, rotate, skew, scale or distort the element. You can change or add to a selection during a transformation operation. When you transform an object, group or text box, the property inspector for that item displays any changes made to the item's dimensions or position. A bounding box appears during the transform operations that involve dragging. The bounding box is a rectangular with its edges initially aligned parallel to the edges of the stage. Transformation handles are located on each corner and in the middle of each side. As you drag, the bounding box previews the transformations. During a transformation point appears at the center of a selected element. The transformation point is initially aligned with the object's center point. You can move the transformation point, return to its default location and move the default point of origin. For scaling, skewing or rotating graphic objects, groups and text blocks, the point opposite the point you drag the point of origin by default. For instance, the transformation point is the point of origin by default. You can move the default point of origin for a transformation. Free transform tool. You can perform individual transformations or combine several transformations such as moving, rotating, scaling, skewing and distortion. Distort objects. You can distort graphic objects by using the distort command. You can also distort objects when performing a free transform on them. The distort command cannot modify symbols, shape primitives, bitmaps, video objects, sounds, gradients, object groups or text. If a multiple selection contains any of these items, only the shape objects are distorted. To modify text, first convert the characters to shape objects. Number 1, select a graphic object or objects on the stage. Select, modify, transform, distort. Place the pointer on one of the transformation handles and drag. To finish the transformation, click outside the selected object or objects. Modify shapes with the envelope modifier. The envelope modifier lets you warp and distort objects. An envelope is a bounding box that contains one or more objects. Changes made to an envelope's shape affect the shape of the objects in the envelope. You edit the shape of an envelope by adjusting its points and tangent handles. Scale objects. Scaling an object enlarges or reduces the object horizontally, vertically or both. To scale, select, modify, transform, scale. Rotate and skew objects. Rotate an object turns it around its transformation point. The transformation point is aligned with the registration point, which defaults to the center of the object, but you can move the point by dragging it. You can rotate an object by the following methods. Dragging with the free transform tool. You can skew and scale the object in the same operation. By specifying an angle in the transform panel, you can scale the object in the same operation. Skew objects. Skewing an object transforms it by slanting it along one or both axes. You can skew an object by dragging or by entering a value in the transform panel. Flip objects. You can flip objects across a vertical or horizontal axis without moving their relative position on the stage. Select, modify, transform, flip vertical or flip horizontal. Restore transformed objects. When you use the free transform tool or the transform panel to scale, rotate and skew instances, groups and text. Flash saves the original size and rotation values with the object. This lets you remove the transformations you applied and restore the original values. You can undo only the most recent transformation when you select edit and undo. You can remove all the transformations by clicking the remove transform button in the panel before you deselect the object. After you deselect the object, the original values are lost and the transformation cannot be removed. Combining objects. To create new shapes by combining or altering existing objects, use the combine objects command in the modify menu, modify combine objects. In some cases, the stacking order of selected objects determines how the operation works. The combined objects commands are union. This option joins two or more merged shapes or drawing objects. The result is a single object drawing mode shape consisting of all the portions visible on the shape before they are unified. The unseen overlapping portions of the shapes are deleted. Intersect. Intersect creates an object from the intersection of two or more drawing objects. The resulting object drawing shape consists of the overlapping portions of the combined shapes. Any part of the shape that does not overlap is deleted. The resulting shape uses the fill and stroke of the topmost shape in the stack. Punch removes portions of a selected drawing object as defined by the overlapping portions of another selected drawing object positioned in front of it. Any part of the drawing object that is overlapped by the topmost object is deleted and the topmost object is deleted entirely. The resulting object remains separate and are not combined into single object, unlike the union or intersect commands which join the objects together. Crop uses the outline of one drawing object to crop another drawing object. The front or topmost object defines the shape of the cropped area. Any part of an underlying drawing object that overlaps with the topmost object remains, while all other portions of the underlying objects are deleted and the topmost object is deleted entirely. The resulting object remain separate and are not combined into a single object, unlike the union or intersect commands which join the objects. Text wrap. Text wrap is a feature supported by many word processors that enables you to surround a picture or diagram with text. The text wraps around the graphic.